Hi, Gemini. Welcome to Heart Sync Tarot. As I sit with this energy, I feel someone reflecting on the choices they made and how they handled this connection. I feel regret here. This person may finally recognize your worth, your kindness, and the emotional safety you offered. Honestly, I feel they want to make things right. There may be communication, an apology, or an emotional offer coming forward, but this does not feel like empty words. It feels like someone asking, how can I show them I truly mean this? I also feel they are thinking about something more serious now: partnership, stability, and building something that lasts. So trust what you feel because regret is turning into clarity, and this person may be preparing to approach you with a more serious heart. And let's get into your reading. Okay, so the energy around this person feels very restless right now, almost like they can't fully settle into themselves or feel comfortable with where their life is heading. You may even be picking up on some of that through your own emotions, especially if you've been feeling more overwhelmed, unsettled, or unusually sensitive lately. But a lot of what's coming through seems connected to the turmoil this person is dealing with internally. They seem genuinely unhappy with where they currently are in life. Like part of them already knows what direction would bring them more peace and emotional stability, but actually taking those steps still feels difficult. It's almost like they can see the path in front of them, but there are still emotional, spiritual, or practical obstacles that make moving forward feel much harder than it should. To them, getting back into alignment feels almost impossible because they are focusing on everything they would have to face along the way. They may feel like they've got to push through one painful obstacle after another just to get back to where they know they belong. But what they don't fully see yet is that once they finally stop resisting the process, things may begin moving much more smoothly. This person seems exhausted from repeating the same cycles. Um, they may have been isolating themselves, trying to handle everything alone, and falling back into the same emotional patterns that have kept them stuck before. And I feel like they're finally reaching a point where they're tired of fighting against what they know would actually be better for them. They may also be relying on unhealthy distractions to avoid sitting with what they really feel. But like for some of you, that could be drinking, constantly staying busy, surrounding themselves with the wrong people, or anything else that helps them escape their own thoughts for a while. The problem is that none of those things are actually giving them the peace they're looking for. So the dissatisfaction keeps coming back. You may notice moments where you suddenly feel emotional, uncomfortable, or anxious without really understanding why. If you resonate with the idea of mirroring in this connection, you may feel like some of those emotions reflect what this person is going through too. But regardless of where those feelings are coming from, there's definitely a sense of pressure building before some kind of major change. It reminds me of the atmosphere right before a storm. The air feels heavy, everything seems unusually still, and you can sense that something's about to shift before anything actually happens. Um, that's what this connection feels like right now, where the pressure is becoming too strong for everything to stay exactly as it has been. This person seems to be reaching a point where the life they've created for themselves is becoming harder to maintain. Like certain situations may be falling apart, relationships may be changing, or things they once tolerated may suddenly feel unbearable. And internally, they may be thinking, just give me a few months to figure this out, because they know something has to change, even if they're still unsure how to handle all of it. There's also a lot of unresolved baggage they're still trying to work through. Um, if they're tied to a long term karmic situation or carrying wounds from childhood, those patterns aren't going to disappear overnight. They may have spent years building certain defenses. So, undoing all of that requires time, patience, and a willingness to face things they've avoided for a very long time. If those walls took years to build, it makes sense that they can't simply wake up one morning and become completely different. They're having to change the way they understand love, trust, vulnerability, and even themselves. Like, part of this process is learning that connection doesn't always have to mean danger, loss of control, or giving up their independence. And I do feel like they're working through that, even if the progress is slower than you would like. There's this internal feeling of, give me some time to become the person I know I need to be. They may not be saying that directly, but it seems to be one of the strongest things happening underneath the surface. Up until now, they may have operated from a very self protective place. A lot of their decisions seem to have been based on survival fear and protecting themselves emotionally, even when those choices ended up hurting you. But when they're alone and that defensive side finally drops, I feel like a lot of guilt comes up around the way they shut you out or kept you at a distance. They know change is necessary, but surrendering to that change still scares them. There's grief here too, almost like a Five of Cups energy, where they're mourning what they lost, what they damaged, and even the version of themselves they're being asked to leave behind. But I also feel like that grief is helping them understand what really matters to them. So while the process still feels heavy, this person seems to be moving toward a much more honest place within themselves. Like, they're beginning to understand that they can't keep living from fear and expect to create the kind of love they actually want. And for many of you, that deeper work could eventually open the door to reconciliation, but only after they stop resisting the changes they already know they need to make. The Five of Cups is you making this offer to this person, but this person not really being open to it. But now this person is alone, or even if they're in a situation, they're still thinking about you. They're realizing how unhappy they are with the choices that they've made, the sacrifices that they've made. They may have even sacrificed your relationship in order for some type of abundance, whether that's financially, whatever it may be. Now, this person is realizing, I think, like we said the last time, the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Now, they're in a place where they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to understand the way that things go. And for a lot of you, this is somebody who's afraid of commitment. Now, there's going to be a couple of you guys are like, well, they're in a committed relationship. But there's different levels of commitment. Being committed to somebody that you truly love, that you truly desire, that your heart is set out for, that's your person, that's your divine counterpart, is different than being in a relationship with somebody you don't have emotions for, because there's a sense of control. Whoever your person is, they like being in control of their emotions and in control of certain situations. So they would deal with people that they didn't have attachments to, that they didn't have emotional attachments to. They're scared of this vulnerability with you. I just heard, you have no idea how bad you could hurt me. It's like this person is scared at how much they really care about you, or how much they love you and what this commitment means. Because I feel like for this person, once they say, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. Once they surrender, once they really commit to you, and this is a commitment, even mentally, them acknowledging it. I may have a potential of getting hurt here, but I'm still going to put myself out there to see what happens, to see what comes back. This person knows that's it. This person knows that it's said and done. And to make that major leap of faith here, they have to be 100% positive, but they're scared of the commitment. They're scared of what this commitment means for you and them. Because being committed to somebody who they don't see a future with, who they don't want to marry, who they don't want to have anything serious with, or that there's not emotions, that's easier than dealing with somebody where they know that that's their end game, somebody that they know that they're going to spend the rest of their life with. For some of them, they may be questioning, am I ready for this? Am I ready for this type of commitment? Am I ready for this type of relationship? There may be a karmic energy in play here. Karmic energy can be something romantic or even friends and family. He or she doesn't matter. This person, they have certain attachments to people. So when you're viewing things, it's hard because you want a relationship with them. You have certain attachments to them. But what about me? But that's the thing is, they don't matter. This person isn't emotionally attached, emotionally connected to whoever this person is. You are my sunshine because you make this person happy. I picked that this person is going through a lot of darkness right now. So you may even be in a place where you feel very, very dark. You feel like a sense of void. I don't feel like that's your energy. You may be missing this person, but if you're at a high enough elevation, you understand the big scheme of things. If you and your person are really meant to be, if this is really a divine connection, and you guys know whether it's a divine connection, does this person push you closer to obtaining certain goals? Does this person trigger your sense of spirituality? Does this person make you want to understand what's going on here with them versus judge? If you're in that type of energy, then this is your person. If you're not, then it's not. And that's a whole other conversation. But I feel very, very strongly that with this person, you make them happy. You're this sunshine. Remember how I was talking about hurricanes and earthquakes? This person is going through a major life crisis, a major life disaster right here where nothing's making sense to them. They're going through these tower moments. They're going through this storm. So you're the sun at the end. That's why they need you to give them a little bit of time because they have to figure this out on their own. And you know what? For some of them, they're going to continue to make mistakes until they get it right. But just because they make the mistakes, or just because they're not acting in the manner that typically they should, that doesn't stop them from being a good person. It just means they're making mistakes and they're trying to navigate this, especially if this is a type of love that they've never felt before. Remember, you're at a much higher elevation. You're at a higher frequency, so you understand the significance. This person knows that you're the end game. This person knows you're somebody that makes them very, very happy. They know that no one else is ever going to compare to you. No one else is ever going to compare to what you've done for them. I belong to you only. See, this is somebody that acknowledges that. I know we're meant to be with one another, but I don't know if I'm ready yet for that type of commitment. I don't know if I'm at a place financially, physically, mentally, spiritually where I'm ready to take that leap of faith. But I think time, it's like time is of the essence here. Timing is key because it's funny. Give me a few months, drut, but then this person also wants to make up now. But in order for this person to make up with you, in order for this person to make things right, to make amends, they have to face their fears. I'm scared to face my feelings right now. And that falls right underneath. I'm afraid of commitment. This person is scared to acknowledge the major impact that you've had on their life because being with you, it's a loss of control. Interesting because when you surrender to these connections, it's a feeling that's very overwhelming because you're vulnerable. But what this person doesn't understand yet is that surrendering to the connection, it brings them a lot of freedom, emotional freedom. The freedom to be able to love in a manner and know that you're going to love them back equally and that it's an equal give and take type of situation, that you're not going to hurt them, that you're going to bring them closer, that you're going to be the one that brings them closer to God, that brings them closer to their spirituality, to their intuition, to putting them on the right path. And that this person is going to provide you a sense of stability and a sense of security in the physical realm. This person has something that they want to say to you. I keep getting that there's something that this person needs to communicate, but they're stopping themselves. They're stopping themselves from opening up, stopping themselves from saying what they really want to say. Please don't give up on us. He or she doesn't matter. This is somebody that's trying to work through karmic situations. And it's because this situation, it just was the right. Two people can love each other significantly. Two people can have amazing chemistry with one another. But if the timing isn't right, none of it matters. If the timing isn't perfect, none of it matters. Whoever this person is, they're used to dealing with people that they don't care about. He or she was just a good time. I don't care about them. He or she doesn't matter. This is somebody that chose the easy route. This is somebody that chose, instead of doing the work, instead of doing the labor, instead of laying a foundation down, they built their house out of straw because it was easy. But they're realizing that whoever they're dealing with, it doesn't emotionally fulfill them. This person has been lying to themselves for a period of time. But I also feel like God is bringing things into perspective for this person where things that they once thought, things that they once did, it's no longer making any sense to them. It's no longer satisfying their urge because their urge is actually to have a commitment, to have a relationship. My feelings for you scare me. So there's a lot bottled up in this person that they need to express to you, that they need to talk to you about, but that they haven't done it yet. Even if you're in communication with your person, you may feel like there's something that this person is holding back with, something that this person wants to express to you. Something may be going on with social media where somebody's watching or stalking your social media here. I can't like you're being watched. For some reason, that's coming in very, very heavy that you are being watched right now. I'm not hiding the connection for the wrong reasons, and I want to see you now. So if you are in connection with your person, this person, even if they've not seen you, they want to see you. They want to be around you. You're their sunshine, and they may seem very, very shady for what they're doing, but for them, it's like, I'm not hiding it for the wrong reasons. I'm not posting you on social media for the wrong reasons. For some of them, they feel like they're protecting you if they're in the public eye or you're in the public eye because of this karmic. This is somebody that definitely wants to see you, but they also know that they need to take the time to heal. This is somebody that's not going to come forward and continue. It's not even that they don't want to. I feel like your spirit guides are holding them back. Your ancestors are holding them back, and they're saying to their spirit team, they're not coming close. And so they get it together until they learn that they have to allow things to be fluid, allow things to unfold, get rid of karmic attachments, people, places, and things that no longer serve their highest good here. This is what this person needs to go through. My feelings for you scare me, and there's a brand new beginning coming here. There's something new that's happening. There's a new time frame that's set here, but the thing is with the clock, time isn't linear. So this is really about you guys trusting in the magic of new beginnings and changing the narrative, changing the story. This person is acknowledging that they have the potential to change it. If they don't like the way that their life is going, if they're tired of being upset, if they're tired of being alone, whatever it may be, they're the ones that have the ability to adjust. They're the ones that have the ability to make it different, to change their narrative. You can't change their narrative for them. That's a lesson on its own. Because we're elevated and because you guys have a higher perspective, a macro perspective, already see the green field. You already see the beautiful bed of flowers. You already see the ocean with the beach and the mocktail or cocktail that's sitting there waiting. You already see the beauty that's coming once the two of you guys unite, but you can't make this person go any faster. You can't force this transformation. This person takes one step forward and two steps back at times because they're insecure. Beautiful things take time to grow. The main thing that's coming in here with this situation is that I feel like this new beginnings card is for your person. Your person needs to understand once you let go of expectations, once you let go of being afraid of commitment, being scared, I think something very beautiful is going to happen. But that this person staying stuck, it only creating this sense of hurt, the sense of pain. Eventually, your person is going to be tired of crying by themselves alone. So there's a new beginning, I feel like that's coming for the two of you guys. And I think that this new beginning is coming because they're tired of being alone. They're tired of not having you in their life. They're tired of being afraid. Why are they afraid of these feelings? Why not embrace them? Somebody in the comments said, "Can you elaborate on unhealed childhood wounding?" And from my perspective, unhealed childhood wounding comes from multiple things. I mean, it could come from any type of physical and mental or emotional trauma, sexual trauma, whatever it may be. It can also come from a parent not being present, a parent leaving, or a child feeling like the person that they're meant to turn to wasn't there. They had to self soothe, they had to learn how to make themselves happy, which makes them seem selfish. But what you don't understand is this person had to be selfish because the only person they had to rely on was themselves. This, especially when it comes to their mother or father or the people that were meant to love them the most, they couldn't turn to them. So that's why there's this sense of insecurity. That's why there's this sense of being scared. I want to give you the world. Whoever this person is feels like you're doing better than them. I'm scared to open up. This person is scared to tell you what's going on in their life. I'm not worried about falling in love right now. No, because everything else in their life is falling apart. So love goes on the back burner. If their finances are out of order, if whatever is going on, if physically they don't feel good, that's not going to make them feel confident to approach you. Because no matter what you're going through, and I was watching this thing where they said the difference between a villain and a hero, they have the same backstory. They have the same unhealed childhood wounding that pushes them. The only difference is the villain takes it personal, where the hero says, you know what, I'm going to stop somebody else from going through what I went through. Perception is key here, but you're dealing with somebody that has a different perception. I can't explain why I hurt you, because explaining why they hurt you would also explain why and what they went through as a child, that abandonment. I'm going to leave you before you leave me. You make me feel something I'm uncomfortable feeling. I would rather go deal with somebody that I don't have emotions for. I would rather ignore this connection, not worry about falling in love, not worry about partnership, because I know the only person I have to count on is me. Think about work. If you're in a manager position and you have somebody new starting and it's a project that needs to get done immediately, 9 out of 10 times you're going to bang it out because one, it's quicker and easier, and two, you know it's going to be right. Training that person is going to take more time. Training that person, trusting somebody to do the work up to your standards, it may not happen. So you bank on the one thing you know to be true. What do you know to be true? You know for a fact that you aren't going to let yourself down. I feel like that's where this person is. But at the same point in time, it's like this person is scared to lose you. And they're taking this time to think things over. I want to see you. I want to talk to you, but I just need some time. This is somebody who doesn't want to hurt your feelings. This is somebody that's extremely embarrassed by their behavior and the way that they've handled things with you. They think back to certain things, certain times. They read messages of what you've sent them and how they responded and how they treated you. And for some of them, it's like, how do I treat somebody so pure, somebody so honest in this manner? Why did I do that? It makes them question their own worth. The dope thing about life is this: at any point, you can turn your life around. It's simply a thought process, it's perception. You may be somebody that's gone through hell in a handbasket, but you still look at life in a positive way. People that are spiritual people, people that are positive. It's not that they don't go through bad things. It's not that they don't go through their own trials and tribulations. It's not that the world is sunshines and rainbows and kittens and puppies, but it's perception. I can't cry over spilled milk. Whatever is done is done. What I can do from here is learn something and move forward. Where I feel like with this person, this individual, they're angry and they're upset over what they're going through. They're asking God, why me? Why aren't you protecting me? I've done what you wanted. Even though they say that, but perception is key. They've probably done some things, their behavior where they're reaping some type of karma. But they're going through this process, and you got their heart. The heart is yours, and they're proud of you. They know that you've changed. They know that you've grown over this period of time, and they want to be with you forever. But they're embarrassed because, again, I'm embarrassed. How can I hurt someone so beautiful? This person, it's funny. For a lot of you guys that I'm talking to right now, you've been through a lot, a lot. Like, I'm getting that there's been certain trials and tribulations that were meant to take you out, that were meant to take you down, that pushed you to the brink where you wanted to break. You bend and you don't break. You can bend. It may push you where you feel like you're getting ready to snap, but you don't break. You snap back into place. You may bend, but you snap right back. That's a huge a test. That's a testament to who you are, who you've become. That says a lot about you. And then this person watching you, it's like this person doesn't break. You may have gone through a sickness. You may have dealt with a lot of things from your past where you don't trust people. You may have had struggles where you felt very much alone in the world, where it felt like the world was crashing down upon you because the devil was very focused. Listen, the devil doesn't come around unless you're soaring so high where the devil's like, wait a minute, you need to come on back down to earth. Come on back down to this devil energy. But you're like, no, I know my past. See, the twin flame card, this neon awakening, it's more than just you and your person. This is also about you being in your life purpose, you completing these tasks that were meant to break you. Why is this person so hurt? Or what do we need to know about this person right now? Let's rephrase what does the collective need to know? Happy new moon and Leo. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. There's a lot that this person has been withholding, a lot of emotions. You're dealing with somebody, believe it or not, even if they come across extremely unemotional outside, this inside, they're protecting their heart. This is somebody that does want it all with you. This is somebody that wants partnership, that sees the long term with you, that wants to marry you, that wants to take things to the next level, that wants to establish a real connection with you. But this person has to take action. This is somebody that has to, yeah, do what's best for them. But at the same point in time, this is also somebody that needs to tap more into their emotions. This is somebody that's very emotionally in tune with you. This person wants to be devoted, but they have to get over this Queen of Wands energy. It's it's that selfish energy, I feel like. What what does a collective need to know here? Two of Pentacles. This person is going back and forth right now. Jupiter and Capricorn, they're trying to make a logical decision. They're juggling. They may be struggling financially here, but this is somebody that's out of balance. And there's a lot that's going on with their day to day. Like they have a lot of different things that are coming at them. And it's like one more thing that's being thrown. It's another ball that this person is juggling. That's why they're in limbo here. That's why they're the King of Cups, Queen of Wands. They don't know whether to invest or they don't know whether to continue to focus on themselves. But what I can tell you is that this person misses you. They miss you a lot. They miss communicating. And the longer that this person holds on to people, places, and things that don't serve their highest good, this person is going to realize that they don't fit with inside of this box anymore. What used to make them happy no longer makes them happy. When you're a caterpillar and you learn to fly, being on the ground level, getting eaten by certain, it's not fun anymore. Once you go down that rabbit hole, you can never go back to a linear situation. You can never unsee what they've already seen. They have a lot of regrets for putting you in competition, for not choosing you. They feel alone. They miss you. For some of you, you may have this person blocked, and this person is in this Nine of Wands energy where they're keeping their distance. Then, while keeping their distance, they miss you more and more and more. This moon in Sagittarius is really trying to be as detached as possible. What's funny with this person? It like you got too close to me and then they push you away. But this person is always in an eye view. This person is always in a bird's view where they know where you are, where they've never detached from you completely. Why are they keeping their distance from the collective? Why are they keeping their distance from this collective, the world? Because they have some things that they have to handle. There's your person is also going through a lot of karma right now. The world is karma. The world is a conclusion. It's a conclusion and a completion to these karmic lessons. But also about this person acknowledging who they are, acknowledging that the Two of Pentacles doesn't make them happy. Acknowledging that this Queen of Wands is fast lifestyle, this in and out, this hot girl summer, hot boy summer, player energy. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work for them anymore because now they've been enlightened. The world comes after judgment. That's an aha moment. That's a sense of illumination and a sense of clarity within this connection. Judgment, Five of Wands, Seven of Swords, sword, judgment. Why did I lie to you? Why wasn't I honest to you? Why did I hide certain things from you? All they were doing was fighting themselves, bringing other people into this connection. This person is having judgment on these people that they put above you. There's people in their surroundings, people in their family, people in their inner circle that they're realizing are shady. These people gave them bad advice. This person, whoever this person is or people, it's more than one, encourage them to be in this Queen of Wands energy. They discourage this person to be in this King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, twin flame energy. Because what that meant for them is that whatever your person was providing, it would be over. So let's keep this person in a low vibration. Let's keep this person fighting with everything and move forward. There's some of you, this person has been doing spell work, or there's been spell work that's been done here. I don't really like to talk about it, but it's true. In order to manipulate this person, there's heavy level of manipulation, deception, and trickery. For some of you guys, this person may have even been living a double life. So who you knew wasn't the person that they were around these five, this group. There's something about a group mentality or like a pack mentality. That's why they always say like birds of a feather flock together. If you're married and you have a ton of single friends and you want to go out with your single friends, it just doesn't really work. I mean, you can, but their attention, what they're interested in, is going to be different than yours because you're in a different place, a different point in your life. This is what that your person is realizing. They're angry for allowing these people to come in and take away their divine inheritance, their divine ability, their divine partner. Then they're embarrassed because they didn't go with their heart, went with their logic. This is somebody that tried to be either um emotionally not tuned in with you. This is somebody that tried to pull back emotionally in order for them not to seem. But what's funny is this person was stalking you and was watching you, and there's a lot of frustration and anger here. What is this person frustrated with? The Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. For some of you, they may be frustrated that you're moving on, but they're also frustrated with whatever these people are saying because these people put them in this Two of Swords. Whoever this person was, whoever these people were, they were saying, why would you settle down? Why would you be with them? What's the point when you can have everything? They created this Two of Swords. They created this block within your connection. Now we can be angry at the karmic energy, and they can be upset and angry at the karmic energy too. You can, but at the end of the day, it's your person. Your person has to make the right choice. Your person has to be strong enough to tell these karmic energies, their karmic best friends, yeah, that doesn't suit me anymore. See, your person is depressed because things didn't work out the way that they thought they would. That's what I think. They thought certain choices were going to give them something different, and now they're looking at the outcome and realizing that it didn't bring them the happiness they expected. How does this person view it? The Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. This is how this person is viewing your current situation. So they're stuck. But the funny thing is, with your person, they know what they're meant to do, they know what the right thing to do is. The Four of Pentacles is them still holding on to you, still holding on to this connection, while the Hierophant is showing them the bigger lesson around commitment. So even though there's this hesitation, they already know that staying exactly where they are isn't really an option anymore. How does this person view themselves in the current connection? How does this person, the collective's person, view themselves in the connection with the collective? Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands. So this is somebody that's waiting. The beautiful thing about the Three of Wands, though, is there's a waiting period, but the key thing is success and receiving opportunities. They're looking ahead. They're thinking about what could actually grow from this if they approach it differently. So they're in this process of working everything out, but they are planning something here. That's like you're sending your ships out, but you know that they're coming back. So this is this person working on something. They're trying to create a more solid opportunity instead of coming towards you with the same energy they had before. How do they view the collective romantically? The twin flame. Lots of twin flame energy coming out, no matter what spread it is, no matter what I mean. That's significant. This person keeps viewing you through this energy of a connection that has a deeper meaning for them, something that they can't just replace or dismiss. And what is this person scared of? What is this person's fear? What are they scared about when it comes to the collective? What are they scared about when it comes to the collective? Five of Cups, death. This is somebody that's scared that they're going to lose you forever. This is somebody that's scared that during this transformation change up on them. They're worried that by the time they finally become ready, you may have already emotionally closed the door. And I feel like that Five of Cups is really strong here because they're already looking back with regret. So death makes that fear even bigger. They're thinking, what if this doesn't just change? What if it ends completely? What if I waited too long? What is this person thinking about when it comes to the collective? The Ten of Swords. This is this person upset. This is somebody that's really upset. They're thinking about the pain, the ending, the damage that's already been done. They're thinking about the worst case scenario. And I feel like that's feeding into this fear of permanently losing you. There's a lot of regret sitting underneath the surface. What action do they want to take towards the collective? What action are they planning on taking? Four of Wands, the Emperor, and the Devil. This is somebody that's very, very possessive over you, very, very controlling over you, but also knows that they have to do things the right way. There's a strong attachment here. There's a strong desire to claim the connection, to establish something, to create this Four of Wands energy with you. But the Emperor with the Devil also tells me they have to be careful about how they approach that desire. They can't come in trying to control you or the outcome. But if they want the Four of Wands, they have to show up with maturity, stability, and respect for your boundaries And what is this person's intentions romantically with the collective? King of Pentacles and the Empress. For some of you guys, it's having this abundance with you, it's having this stability, the security, this divine energy to provide this stable environment. They want something that feels grounded. They want something they can actually build and maintain. And I think that's important because their fear cards are the Five of Cups and Death, while their intentions are the King of Pentacles and the Empress. So they're moving from fear of losing something into thinking about how they can actually nurture it. This person doesn't just want another temporary moment with you. They want to create something that feels secure, something that has structure, something where both of you can actually grow. So the biggest thing here is that they know outside influences may have contributed to the confusion, but they also know they have to take responsibility for the choices they made. The Four of Pentacles shows they're still holding on. The Three of Wands shows they're planning. The Five of Cups and Death show how afraid they are of losing you. And the King of Pentacles with the Empress shows what they're ultimately trying to move toward. They want stability with you, but now they have to prove that they're capable of creating it. And that's pretty much the message. Um, I hope you enjoyed spending this time with me and that the reading resonated with you in some way. Take whatever stood out, trust your own intuition, and leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.